let's talk about what Waqf had, the powers that it actually had, and if the Waqf backers can actually explain this. Let's talk about how the properties have increased over the years and the reason why, as the government said, there was a need to bring in these changes. So let's put this in context and take a look at the numbers on your screens. They reveal the entire story of why it was the need of the hour and why it is being welcomed by many who have been victims of the same across the country. Look at the properties and look at a comparison from 2006 to 2024. In 2006, the Waqf properties were 4.9 lakh, whereas by 2024, it had increased by several manifold. And look at the numbers, 8.62 lakh. That's the number of Waqf properties across the country. Apart from that, the revenue as well remaining 163 crores from 2006 to 2024, which raised several questions on where the money is going. In fact, there was a slight increase in the revenue over the years, but it raised several questions of the lack of accountability and the lack of transparency, saying the money, it's not just about Waqf, but it's a lot more because of the economic impact that it's having as well. But let's get you more breaking updates coming in of the political fallout. The first signs of the political fallout of the Waqf reform bill's passage in the parliament seems to be appearing in poll-bound Bihar, with at least two people claiming to be from the JDU announcing their resignation and voicing dissatisfaction with the party's support to the bill. Mohammad Qasim Ansari, who hails from East Champaran, and Jamui resident Nawaz Malik are two leaders who say that they have decided to part ways from the JDU.
बहुत ही अफसोस की बात यह है कि वक्फ बिल संशोधन पे नीतीश कुमार जो समर्थन दिया है, ये बहुत ही अफसोस की बात है, जिसकी वजह से आज मैं जेडीयू यानी नीतीश कुमार जेडीयू इस पार्टी के तमाम जिम्मेदारियों से मैं इस्तीफा देता हूं। और इन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से लेकर भी चले हैं पूरे बिहार को, लेकिन आज जब मुसलमानों की इबादत गाह की नाम आई, कब्रिस्तान की नाम आई, मदरसों की नाम आई, तो वहां पे ये जो है मुसलमानों के खिलाफ समर्थन कर दिए।
देखिए, इमारत शरिया हो या ऑल इंडिया म्युनिसिपल सलाह बोर्ड या दीगर मिली तंजीमें, उनका स्टैंड बिल्कुल वाज़ेह है कि ये बिल दस्तूर हिंद के ख़िलाफ़ है, शरीयत के ख़िलाफ़ है। इस बिल की वजह से औक़ाफ़ की जायदाद पर नाजायज़ कब्ज़ा होगा, औक़ाफ़ की जायदादों को हड़पना लाजिम आएगा। इसलिए किसी भी सूरत में हम इस बिल को कबूल करने को तैयार नहीं हैं। और जो लोग, जो सेकुलर पार्टियां अपने आप को कहती हैं, अगर वो लोग इस बिल की हिमायत करते हैं तो ऐसी सूरत में हम उनके लिए भी गौर करेंगे। फिर हम लोग इसको बाज़ाब्ता लाहेअमल तय करेंगे, सारी जमातें तय करेंगी कि आगे हम लोगों को उनके खिलाफ क्या करना है।
So, Niyamika, JDU leaders have said that they've decided to quit the party. The JDU had also decided to back the Waqf Amendment bill completely. So, breaking of ranks there. As far as the party's official stand is concerned, of course, the extended support. But what is the impact it's going to have in Bihar will be interesting to see.
Well, indeed, it is a very interesting move which is being taken by the JDU leaders, as not just the senior JDU leader Mohammad Karim Ansari, but also another leader who is basically the minority Pradesh secretary has also tendered their resignation from the membership of JDU, as they had made this allegation against the high command of the party, stating that they used to consider it as a secular party, but the manner in which it had taken a stand in favor of the Waqf Amendment bill in parliament, that is very much concerning, because they had made this allegation that this bill is completely against the constitutional rights of the Muslim, as the government is trying to snatch away the lands of the Waqf board, and that is the reason why the kind of provisions are being changed within the Waqf Amendment amendment bill that is concerning for the entire Muslim community, and that is the reason why they had given this resignation from the membership of the party, as it can be a very interesting move in the upcoming days, because now the assembly elections are also coming in, and the manner in which some of the JDU members are tendering their resignation, they are raising a question upon the official stand of the party regarding the Waqf Amendment Bill, stating that it used to be a secular party, but now it is helping the BJP. It has helped the NDA to pass this Waqf Amendment Bill in the parliament. That is very much concerning, and not just JDU, but in fact we have seen that how the other non-NDA parties, but who used to be considered as the close to BJP, which also includes BJD and YSRCP, they had also taken back their whip in Rajya Sabha yesterday. BJD had withdrew its whip in Rajya Sabha, stating that all the member of parliament or in Rajya Sabha of its own party, they should choose as per their own conscience that whether they want to support this bill or they don't want to support this bill. On the other side, it is the YSRCP which had also not issued any kind of whip in Rajya Sabha for its MPs during the voting of the Waqf Amendment Bill. That clearly shows that on one side there are other parties which are also not in favor of this Waqf Amendment Bill, apart from the India Bloc parties, and now there is clear-cut division which can be seen in JDU as well, because the members of the JDU are also raising a question upon the official stand of the party, as now the Bihar Assembly elections are coming in, so it will be really interesting that how it is going to pan out in open, what kind of message it will give on the ground to the people of Bihar that the JDU has supported the Waqf Amendment Bill in Parliament.
Okay, all right. Niyamika, stay with us. Senior JDU leaders, though, claimed that neither of the two men were part of their rank and file. So in an interesting twist, while that decision came in from some of the leaders who said that they were part of the JDU, the leaders from the party said that they were not even part of the party. They admitted that there were some genuine members as well, like the National General Secretary Ghulam Rasool as well, who were not very happy with the passage of the bill, but assured that their grievances will be dealt with at the appropriate level.
देखिए, अपनी राय व्यक्त करना अलग विषय है। अपनी राय उन्होंने तब व्यक्त की थी जब बिल नहीं आया था। बिल आने के बाद हम तो नहीं देखे हैं कि बलियाबी साहब या गुलाम गौस साहब ने कोई टिप्पणी की है। अभी कौन आप व्यक्ति है भाई हम नहीं जानते हैं। इतना लोकप्रिय व्यक्ति हमसे भेंट नहीं हो पाई इनका, ये मेरा दुर्भाग्य है।
कल रात पार्लियामेंट में सब के सब नंगे हो गए और ये वाजे हो गया कि अब कॉमनल और सेकुलर और कॉमनल दोनों में कोई फर्क नहीं। अपना मफाद अदारे शरिया का, फिर दानिश्वरों का, उलमाए ज़वील एहतराम का, खानकाहों के सज्जादागान की एक मीटिंग बहुत जल्द होगी और पूरी ताकत के साथ उस वक्त तक इदारी शरिया लड़ेगा अपने उलमा अवाम को लेकर जब तक के पुख्ता और मुस्तहकम औकाफ के अमलाक के तहफ़्फ़ुज़ की राह में निकल जाए।
In fact, the Congress party also reacted to the development while saying that the same will happen in TDP as well as the NCP camp as well. According to independent MP Pappu Yadav, the JDU should not have supported the bill.
This is the beginning to hear this kind of thing. JDU leader who has resigned from JDU shows that it's a betrayal to the people and to the constitution. It will happen to the TDP, it will happen to the NCP, led by Ajit Pawar also, because they are all betrayed their voters, they had betrayed the people who had voted them.
मुझे लगता है कि JDU के जो विभीषण लोग हैं उनके लिए अच्छा हुआ जो बीजेपी के 90% साथ है, लेकिन JDU के विचारधारा के लिए आत्मघाती निर्णय है ये, और चंद्रबाबू नायडू जी के लिए भी ये आत्मघाती निर्णय है। JDU ने आत्मघाती निर्णय लिया है, मुझे लगता है कि माफी जोग नहीं है।